Hey, welcome back. This is episode 3 of the Salesforce Architect Playbook. Today, Salesforce Identity Architecture, SAML 2.0, OAuth JWT Bearer and SCIM Masterclass. Enterprise Identity and Access Management, IAM, Blueprint for CTAs and Technical Leads. Let's get into it. Here's what we're covering today. Enterprise IAM Foundation and Identity Provider Architecture then, SAML 2.0 Web Single Sign-On, SP-Initiated versus IdP-Initiated flows then, Server-to-Server Authentication, OAuth 2.0 JWT Bearer flow then, Securing User Apps, Authorization Code Grant with PKCE then, User Lifecycle Management, SCIM 2.0 versus Just-in-Time, JWT, Provisioning. Stay for the last one, it's the piece most tutorials miss. Let me explain this simply. Identity architecture is the gatekeeper of your entire enterprise Salesforce ecosystem. Misconfiguring authentication or user provisioning introduces immense security risks and creates major operational overhead during scale. Today, we break down SAML 2.0, OAuth 2.0 flows, and automated SCIM provisioning with CTA level depth.
I've always struggled with choosing between JWT Bearer flow and named credentials or setting up JWT versus SCIM. How do CTAs systematically approach this decision?
Centralizing identity management in enterprise Salesforce deployments is non-negotiable for zero-trust security. Salesforce should act as a service provider federating trust to an identity provider like Okta, Azure AD, or Ping Identity. This eliminates local credential storage and enables centralized multi-factor authentication enforcement. However, architects must carefully design identity federation to prevent lockouts, manage sandbox refreshes, and support seamless API authentication. Misaligning user identity keys between systems is a common anti-pattern that breaks cross-system auditing. SAML 2.0 is the standard protocol for web-based browser single sign-on in enterprise environments. Service Provider Initiated SSO is strongly preferred because it preserves original deep link URLs, prevents open redirect vulnerabilities, and supports OAuth authorization code flows smoothly. Identity Provider Initiated SSO, while easier to launch from corporate dashboards, exposes security risks like CSRF and target URL stripping. Architects must enforce SP-Initiated SAML whenever possible and utilize custom My Domain URLs to handle seamless authentication redirects across business units. For headless server-to-server integrations, password-based username password flows are a massive security liability and anti-pattern. The OAuth 2.0 JWT Bearer flow provides certificate-bound, non-interactive authentication ideal for automated ETL, ESB, and CI/CD pipelines. By pre-authorizing connected apps using profile or permission set assignments, integration systems trade asymmetric signed JWT assertions for short-lived access tokens. This completely removes hard-coded client secrets and user interactive login prompts, ensuring maximum operational resilience and enterprise compliance. Client-side applications such as single-page apps, native mobile apps, or desktop clients cannot securely store OAuth client secrets. Utilizing standard authorization code grant without protection exposes applications to authorization code interception attacks. Proof Key for Code Exchange, or PKCE, solves this by dynamically generating a code verifier and code challenge pair during every single login attempt. Architects must strictly mandate PKCE for all public clients to eliminate secret leakage and safeguard sensitive token exchanges. Managing user provisioning manually creates massive security compliance gaps and administrative drag. System for Cross-Domain Identity Management, or SCIM 2.0, provides full CRUD REST API lifecycle management for users and groups directly from the IDP. Conversely, just-in-time provisioning only creates or updates user records on demand during active SAML login attempts. Architects must choose SCIM when immediate automated deprovisioning is required for strict security compliance, while reserving JWT for lightweight single-org setups lacking dedicated SCIM orchestration connectors. Authenticating users is only half the battle. Managing session security across complex enterprise topologies is critical. Salesforce allows architects to categorize authentication methods into standard or high assurance levels within session security settings. By pairing high assurance sessions with Apex transaction security policies, you can dynamically enforce step-up MFA when users attempt sensitive operations like exporting reports or viewing unmasked PII. This continuous step-up authentication posture mitigates compromised session hijack risks without degrading standard user experience during regular workflows. Identity architecture failures almost always stem from anti-patterns introduced for short-term convenience. Sharing system administrator integration accounts across multiple systems compromises auditability and elevates breach blast radius significantly. Another critical flaw is failing to establish dedicated breakout admin accounts that bypass SAML SSO during central IdP outages. Architects must systematically evaluate trade-offs between authentication protocols, session durability, and provisioning automation to design resilient, compliant, and scale-ready Salesforce identity solutions across global enterprises. A robust CTA-grade identity architecture seamlessly integrates enterprise identity management across user lifecycle, authentication, and authorization layers. By combining SP-Initiated SAML 2.0 with Okta, automated SCIM provisioning, OAuth 2.0 JWT Bearer flow for server integrations, and PKCE for mobile clients, you build a zero-trust environment. Coupling this framework with session security policies and named credentials ensures complete operational isolation, auditability, and defense in-depth security. This enterprise blueprint scales securely while delivering smooth, frictionless user experiences across all business touchpoints. Alright, let's wrap up. Here are the key things to remember. Always default to SP-Initiated SAML 2.0 for Web SSO to preserve deep linking and prevent CSRF vulnerabilities. Use OAuth 2.0 JWT Bearer flow for headless server integrations to eliminate password dependencies and hard-coded secrets. Enforce SCIM 2.0 instead of JWT when real-time user deprovisioning and license revoking are strict security requirements. Implement break-glass administrative accounts with MFA outside SAML Federation to maintain access during central IdP outages. If this helped, hit like, it really helps the channel. Next up, Salesforce Architect Playbook EP4, Fixing Data Skew and Large Data Volumes, LDV. See you tomorrow.